Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
At the 37-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll go down. The Bears get there with a sack. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. He'll drop to throw. This is White on the screen. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It'll be another 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
A day one starter his rookie year. He also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And Dalton to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michelle. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on 1st down. Michelle, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Hunter Henry there to make the grab. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone. So give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Nick Folk for the point after. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
They're on the 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 76 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own.
New England trying to get a place on offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-aroround. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
He'll let this go deep for Bourne.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 26.
To Kendrick Bourne.
It's a big one now.
It's a gain of 48 yards.
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Michel. And some space here. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he has behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And according to next-gen stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Chicago offense set to get started.
And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On first down, it's Williams, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, Williams. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 4.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Andy Dalton. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sense that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. That'll bring up second down. To throw again, Dalton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
This complete left side to Aguilar. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit Pater. Open man is born. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots have moved out in front. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get 1 look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Looking sideline, incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's going to float this one deep right. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 62 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Patriots take over first and 10.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10. They begin with Michel on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Michel. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Michel, they toss it out right to him. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Dancing to his left. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Dalton here from the gun. Throw right side, complete to Williams. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Patriots take over.
First and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Turn the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle to Smith. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 8. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And the Patriots will get a new set of downs.
I like his focus there because he doesn't think about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On the ground is Michel. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a run with a fullback Johnson. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a toss left side, Michel. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And it's Michel once again. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Mario Edwards on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Jonnu Smith there to make the grab. And the Patriots have moved out in front.
Nick Folk.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And they will take a 7-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Dalton and the offense now. Down 28-21, 2:11 to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Dalton. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
From the gun, Dalton. Over the middle, complete. It's Graham. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
Brings up 2nd down at the 22-yard line.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Dalton. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Graham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. All right, here's Dalton. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Dalton wants to throw. And that throws incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on fourth.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
They'll run on first down. Michel flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Michel. And he'll go down at the 28. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Michel. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
He'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Kyle Van Noy in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.